Alrighty, what's up, everybody? It's me, Johnny, and with me, I've got DJD and Farmer this week.
Howdy.
I am back for round 2.
And chilling in the booth back there, we've got our boy Craig. What is up, Craig? And it's finally happening. We're having the 2025 annual Anav Awards, everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Bum, bum, bum.
We do need a theme song for it, probably. Farmer, get on that.
Yeah. Does anyone
Just let
remember
Johnny
the
do it.
funny... We came up with funny categories last year, and I don't feel like... So, full disclosure, I'm not prepared.
What any of them were.
Nobody sent me a list.
Thinking about that, like, just
anything.
a few minutes before we started. I was like, man, we actually had like random, like, other categories too.
Like,
Shoot,
wasn't it like top game that no one asked for, kind of a deal?
Yeah,
And
yeah. No,
one of them was like the
stuff
best
like that,
PS,
because we
best
actually
PS2
talked about this
game.
beforehand. Last year.
Yeah.
Last year we actually had a plan.
This year I have actual lists of like actual contenders. And I only have lists for 3 things. I have some for games, TV shows, and movies. I've got a couple of nominations. Does anyone else have anything other than that they want to talk about?
I mean, that's pretty much it for me.
I mean, I've I don't know, like games I'm probably the most prepared for. But like even those, like some of the games that I would mention, I still haven't necessarily played. Like Hades 2 came out last year. And,
out of the 5 games I have to mention for best game of 2025, I have only completed 1 of them, and I've only played 3 of them. Oh no, I've completed 2 of them. I've completed 2. So why don't we do games last? Best TV show of 2025. Farm, do you have anything? DE, do you have anything?
I mean, for me, I think it would have to be was Andor season 2 last year? It was, right? Yeah, it was.
I don't know. D, you didn't even look up what year your nominee came out? What? What do you mean? You don't know? Andor season 2
last year
came
was
out.
Kind of chaotic.
It did come out
I'm not sure if you noticed.
It did come out in 2025. It did come out in 2025. Okay. Is anyone going to mention Stranger Things season 5, which I've not seen? That's like a pretty big cultural one that a lot of people talking about. Are we going to nominate that for best?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I didn't watch too much last year as far as new things. Yeah, so yeah, definitely.
There is a Netflix show I really like that I watch with my wife called Nobody Asked for This, which is like kind of like a romantic comedy show with Kristen Bell, who has a sex podcast, and she ends up dating a rabbi, and like it's kind of like their story, and I find it to be really enjoyable to watch like the intersection of like religious people and non-religious people trying to like bring their lives together. I enjoy that. That's the only show on my list, that and Stranger Things. So far, what do we got, D? We've got... I've heard great things about Andor Season 2. Personally.
Yeah. I also really liked Severance. I thought that Season 2 of Severance was pretty insane. I felt like Invincible was good.
All right, well, let's not overload the category here.
But yeah, I think I would definitely choose Andor Season 2 above anything else.
Well, then why don't we... So why don't we do this? Why don't we all... Well, no, because the problem is like if we all vote for whatever we brought in, then if we only have 3 nominees, then there's only 3, right? Just period. So if you were going to say what is the best, what would you... for the visual bit, which we've not been doing the visual bit for our audio podcast, Farmer's gone. It's not even... He left. We have our camera right now for some reason, and Farmer's seat's empty. He muted and he just walked away. So we're over here talking about like nominees and stuff, and
yeah.
Yeah, visual bit, guys.
Maybe he's going to watch
Farmer
Stranger
left.
Things, after
Yeah.
nominating it. He's like, I need to catch up real quick.
Yeah, he left at the beginning of the podcast hoping that we wouldn't notice, right? It still counts that he came for the beginning, but then he left. We
Just
should
love that
vote
his
before he
camera's still on.
So Stranger Things is out, right? Because that's the one that he nominated. We're definitely not going to choose that one because he's out. So
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah.
I would say if it's between Andor and Nobody Asked for This, Nobody Asked for This is very light in tone and like a romantic comedy type show. I would say Andor season 2, just because of, everything that's happened in the past year. I think it's I think, as far as art goes, that's great. Would you agree?
Yeah, I haven't seen Nobody Asked for This. I'm going to watch it now. But yeah, that's on Netflix.
Oh man, you should totally watch it. It's on Netflix. It's one of my favorites. It's a really great show. My wife and I have watched both seasons, and they're like 20-minute episodes. And I think there's like 10 episodes per season, and there's only 2 seasons. It's really quick.
Most shows just
to
are
watch.
not anymore. That's
Yeah.
Most shows are like an hour actually now because of digital streaming and all that.
Which, I mean, is cool, but like it is nice to have something you can watch that's not a commitment, right? 20 minutes is a pretty easy commitment to just watch. All right, well, moving on. Farm, do you have any comments about that? No? Okay, let's just move on. So, best movie. I feel like for the movie list, we probably have some more suggestions here. So, my list, I have 5 to nominate. What about you? But I'm happy to whittle this down some.
I mean,
you know what's kind of crazy is I've seen 4 of these 5 movies, which like for new movies in a year, that's way more than last year that I saw.
I think mainly I would have like, there's 2 that I can think of off the top of my head. I think I need to look a little bit more.
I have Superman.
Yeah, that's one of mine.
James Gunn Superman movie.
Yeah,
fantastic film. I really love that movie. I have Fantastic Four, another fantastic film. I really liked it. I think I would be willing to cut that one, but I did really enjoy it. And I actually saw that movie in theaters. I really enjoyed it, though. I have Wicked for Good, which
I still haven't
really
seen,
liked.
but I would probably, I'd on my list if I had seen it. Yeah, I need to see those.
I felt like the songs in the first movie were better, but the story of the second movie was better. Because it's really a part 1 and a part 2, right? They had a lot of heavy-hitting songs at the beginning, which was great, but like the story really came together pretty well, and I really liked the second movie. I have K-pop Demon Hunters, which is such a good movie that came out this year, or last year. So good. And then I have the last one is the only movie I haven't seen. I felt is necessary to include Zootopia 2. Have you seen that one?
Still have not seen Zootopia 2 actually, and that would probably be on my list as well. I did see F1. I honestly didn't really care for it. I thought it was fine. I thought Ford versus Ferrari was way better. But like, yeah, I mean, like I thought that Brad Pitt did a good job in it, but like overall, it just like the movie itself just didn't really appeal to me. Like I'm looking at the list of movies, and like honestly, like the most of like the movies on like the top like 25, 50 list or whatever, I just don't recognize. So maybe I just didn't see enough movies last year. But I would say Superman and actually Thunderbolts would be my 2 nominees.
Ooh, that is one I didn't
really,
see.
really liked Thunderbolts. I really liked whole like it addressing fatigue and like depression, and that being like a central theme in it, I thought was really powerful.
What about did you see Sinners? I know they got nominated for it. I haven't seen the movie though.
I don't do horror. Otherwise, I also didn't see Weapons, and I hear good things about that too. But I don't do horror, so yeah.
All right. Well, if instead of voting, the only movie that crosses over between our nominations, I would be willing to cut, and I would stick with my nominations would be Superman and K-pop Demon Hunters. So
Sure.
that leaves Superman really is our crossover movie
Yeah.
that we both would
Which I
nominate.
still
Farm,
need
do you
to
have
see
anything to say
K-pop.
about that?
I really should. There's no reason not to. I
You
can't
haven't
believe
seen
you
it?
just got
You
up
haven't
and
seen K-pop Demon Hunters? Bro, it's
No, I still
so
haven't.
good.
Yeah. I know. I hear such good things about it, but I just haven't gotten
And
around
not
to it
to
yet.
overhype it, but like K-pop Demon Hunters, and honestly, I would say this is the same. Well, no, not for Superman. K-pop Demon Hunters fits into this wonderful category in my life of a movie I didn't want to watch, and my wife put it on, like with the kids, and by the end of the movie, I'm the one who's most invested. You know, like I don't
Yeah,
want to watch
yeah.
this. What are we watching? And then like by the end, it's like, oh man, this movie's so good, such a good movie. But I guess it's Superman. We're gonna give it to Superman this year. Farm, you have anything to say about that? No? Okay.
Eyes up here, buddy.
Man, really,
I get
where is
chills
he?
from
He's
moments
been
in-
gone. He's been gone for a long time.
I can't believe we're paying for this.
I know, right? Jeez. So now we're at best game. Farm is not going to get to be a part of any of this, and honestly, I'm kind of here for it. We joked about this, right? We joked about not including him.
Yeah.
And then he's even here, and then he just left. It wouldn't it be funny if he like sent a message and it like something terrible's going on, and we're just joking like this? We're like,
I mean,
So right off the bat, Clair Obscure Expedition 33 has to be on this list. It very well received by critics and by gamers. Very well done. I've only played it through Act 1.
Such a good game.
I've done a bunch of the music as lo-fi covers. It's a good game. It needs to be on the list. On my list, I have 5 options. I have Ghosts of Yote, which I haven't played, so we can kick that one off. But I was very excited. I loved Ghosts of Tsushima. And the reason I haven't played Ghosts of Yote is because I don't have a PS5, period. And also the Steam machine still hasn't announced a price. So, there's just no hope.
Still.
There's just no... Yeah, still.
It's been 2 weeks since our podcast. What the heck, Valve?
We should start a counter of like days since the Steam machine announced a price, kind of a deal, and it just only ticks up.
Yeah.
The Yote, that one can come off, but Assassin's Creed Shadows also I haven't played because I kind of haven't played an Assassin's Creed game, but I've heard a lot of good things about the game. Have you played that one?
I started it. I played the first couple hours of it, and I really did enjoy it. It felt like the first Assassin's Creed since Odyssey for me. That really felt like, okay, yeah, this is everything I love about this franchise. But I've only played a couple hours, so I mean, yeah.
Ghosts of Yote and Assassin's Creed are already off the list. I have Monster Hunter Wilds, which I really liked this game. I really like Monster Hunter. And this is did we actually talk about in the podcast how this game just dropped off? This was like a huge game that just nobody plays anymore. And so my actual games I want to put forward are Clair Obscure Expedition 33 and Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles. I love this game. I complained on this podcast that we didn't have access to this game on Steam. They have a beautiful remake that came out. You can play the remaster. You can play the game. It's so good. This is my real put forward for Game of the Year. Also, Farm, Andor Season 2 won Best Show. You abstained from voting. And the best movie was Superman. You abstained from voting.
Well, I actually have to concur with Superman. That was a pretty good one, actually. It was kind of
such a good one.
I didn't realize it was going to be so good, honestly.
Yeah.
My nominations for games are Final Fantasy Tactics, The Evilise Chronicles, and Claire Obscure. D, would you like to go next? What are your suggestions? What was the best
Claire
game that came
Obscure,
out in
obviously.
2025?
I finished it. That might be literally it's definitely one of my top 5 games of all time. It might be honestly
yeah, that's on a different. We're not talking about that though. That's on a different scale here. So that's a different award show.
Other games that deserve to be nominated, I would say Bonanza, Donkey Kong Bonanza, is something special there. It's just it carries all the best gameplay of Mario Galaxy, but with a DK 64 kind of vibe
Mario
to
Odyssey?
it. Or yeah, sorry, Mario Odyssey. Yeah, that's what I mean. Split Fiction was really, really good.
I want to quick throw in. I also really loved, and I think that a game that should be nominated at least is a PowerWash Simulator 2. Came out this year.
Fair.
Yeah. House Flipper 2 is actually pretty fun.
What? I'm going to throw Avowed in there too, honestly.
Oh, Avowed. I forgot about that one.
Avowed, yeah. Yeah. I never got around to playing that one. So
I feel like Avowed is highly underrated. I think it's a really, really good Skyrim light kind of RPG. And I don't think that counts against it in any way. I think that it makes it kind of more accessible and approachable and easier to kind of dip in, dip out.
Did anybody get around to playing Doom: The Dark Ages? Because I really wanted to and never did. So I really can't say anything about it. So my games are like this. I really like Claire Obscure, but I did not get to play it. So it's I nominate that for a game that I didn't really play on that kind of list. But for a game that I actually played and finished, South of Midnight, I really enjoyed that game. The art style. I
still need to play that.
Mechanics.
Yep, good call.
Such a good game. Another game that was more multiplayer oriented was FBC Breakout, kind of going along with Remedy's Control. It's in that whole universe right there. I really enjoyed that. David and I only played a little bit, but it's just was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I bought it for Tuna, so we need to get together with Tuna and play it.
Yeah, we should. It's a good game. Really enjoyed it.
And the hard thing is that I only played through Act 1 of Claire Obscure, but I just recognize how great of a game it is and that it deserves that award. It's the only thing that crosses over across all three of us, so I think that it's fair that it should get that from us, best game of the year.
I read something today, funny enough, about this, that Claire Obscure actually passes. Well, it just left me. Anyways.
There you go.
Sorry to go, and because the I'm kind of running. We had something go on here. My air unit just it kicked off, and it's 6 degrees here. So I'm we got to figure out what's going on. So that's why I left.
Oh, ice is right outside.
6 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's pretty chilly out here. Pretty chilly, and it. I was phrasing it froze the unit, but I was able to get it back on. So hopefully it stays on, and just we don't freeze out here. So, but yeah, it's getting pretty cool. Anyways, that's why I left. But yeah, Claire Obscure. Again, I didn't finish it, but from what I played, great game.
It's a great game, and so there you go. So we've got Andor Season 2, Superman, and Claire Obscure. Congratulations, you have won the awards. And to everyone who was nominated, I would say do better.
Yep.
You really had a chance.
At least you were nominated. There's plenty
best book
that were not nominated
at some point.
Best book.
Best book. Well, Bible. Boom. Wins every year. Got him. Hey.
True enough. We all read it every year.
Well, yeah. Hey, guess what? We've all read it, and let me tell you, boom, got him. My son actually asked me, a bit of an aside, what's my favorite book? And I was like, I don't know. That's a really hard question. He's like, well, what book have you read the most in your life? And I'm like, dude, that's hands down the Bible. Easy. Like, it's like it's not even close. Not even close to any. Like, I've read the Bible so much over my whole life, and the next thing I can think of is like, well, I've read the Mistborn trilogy 3 times, which is a lot, but that's not like Bible numbers, you know? Like,
yeah.
I
Like even
mean,
my
over here with this
outside,
reread.
yeah, outside of the Bible, it would probably have to be like Lord of the Rings. Obviously, is a good one. I really like.
I think the hard thing is
like the Legacy series as of all Star Wars. You know, like I don't know. There's so many good books.
Yeah.
But Thrawn series come to my mind. You know, Thrawn trilogy, the original Thrawn trilogy.
It would be hard for me to pick a book that came out this year because I feel like I tend to be willing to wait to read a book.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
So
It'd have to be like
Isles
way
of the
back.
Underdark would probably be my only nomination.
Yeah, because that's the only one that came out last year that I read. Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing there. I read old books.
I want to talk about a very sensitive topic. I want to talk about AI. So I'm on Mac, as we've talked about. It is sensitive. Well, people don't like it. People get upset about talking about AI and like have all these things. I want to say everyone has their opinion about AI and how we shouldn't use it or blah 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 all this stuff. Yeah, they're still like the most downloaded apps on the App Store every day. You know, so like people are loud about
even those people that people
are using
big against, big proponents against it are still using it on their phones, whether they realize it or not, in many capacities.
Well, I mean, searches have it automatically incorporated, right? And then students use it constantly for assignments, even, and then also a certain number of. It's crazy how many social media posts are created with AI now.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking at something that AI actually comes out and now they actually help you. Like, hey, this is something you could do. So it's a very helpful tool. But I can see where some people, are like, okay, this is a little bit too much. But again, 9 times maybe half, maybe 50%. I don't know. It's really hard to gauge the metric, but there are some very helpful things, again, like people use from day to day, and things that will make you shake it up and think outside the box that you don't actually think about,
Right.
So there are those things that are helpful.
With people, like I use AI to translate my son's papers that are sent home from school in Japanese before, like the emergence of these kinds of tools. I just didn't know. And now I can actually like interact with it and know what it is, right? This is a use of this kind of a tool. So what I want to see is that AI is so dumb. Artificial intelligence, it's not intelligence. Like, I'm going to die on this hill. It's so stupid. I'm so annoyed with it. Like, it is a great tool. Also, not a great tool. It can't do things properly. So, I don't know. Do you guys know that ChatGPT has a browser that they released last year called Atlas?
I recently heard of this, yeah.
It's only on Mac, which I find to be really interesting. It's only on Mac. First off, it's a Chromium-based browser, so it's Chrome, okay? And it has ChatGPT built into it, so it can like help you with stuff. And if you watch the video, it seems super cool because if you allow it to, there's a mode in it called agent mode, where ChatGPT will actually like take control of your browser. And so you could tell it like, hey, I'm going to the beach. Can you put some sunscreen on the shopping list? And it will open up Amazon and add sunscreen to your cart and then make you check.
Times 100.
And it'll just do it. Right.
I can just see it now.
And so it has, and it's like, because it can see the web page, like, there's just more application for ChatGPT. Okay. So already people may have feelings about that, but I'm interested in this because listen to how wonderful the Japanese school system is. I get an email from Johnny's school. In that email, there is a link. And when I click on that link, it takes me to a page, like a web page, where they're hosting a PDF. And then I have to take a screenshot of this PDF and bring it to ChatGPT and have it download it, or I can select the text and paste it and do that. I'm like, oh man, maybe I can just open this up in this ChatGPT browser and have it translate it, right? That would be nice. Like have it just translate what I'm looking at. And there's a few applications like that I thought would be cool. But also, guys, it's the future, right? This is Star Trek or Jarvis with Iron Man, right? Like being like, hey, do this, and it is actually able to do some of this kind of stuff.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like everybody's ready for the future, but then when it comes, like when it's actually in their ball court, now they're running from it, at the same time. So it's like there's this catch-22 of it all. Do you want it or not? And I think the stats speak for it. Most people want it, whether they are, big against it or not. If they say they don't like it or don't like how it's controlling everything or whatever.
Right.
Again, AI is not that smart. A lot of this is
so
just
there's
propelled with humans.
Exactly.
A lot of input.
Well, and so I download this browser. I decide I'm going to try it. I want to try it. I download the browser. I don't really want to sign in to any of my accounts because I don't want it to know my password, even though they're like, don't worry, we don't know your password. But I don't know. I don't know that I feel comfortable with this. One, there's like a really cool sign-in system now where you use passkey, right? So you can use your iPhone or something. So you don't ever enter your password. You just type in your email and then a notification pops up on your phone. You hit yes and it signs in. I was like, oh, this is perfect to sign in to this browser because I don't ever actually input anything. So I use that. And one of the things I want to try, and one of the things that they talk about is Chat. Oh man, Atlas, it can look at all of your tabs and like help you understand information from across multiple tabs. So I have 6 different tabs open, and I'm like, hey, can you look at the songs that are on these 6 different tabs and then like do a search and get MIDI for these songs so I can start to work on an arrangement for this. And ChatGPT is like, I can't look at your tabs. And I'm like, but that's like the whole point in the video. Is that
told you.
Right. And I just watched the video where that's what it does. And it's like, well, yeah, actually, like, I can't do that. Like, you have to do this, or you have to copy and paste. You have to copy and paste the link, which the whole point of this browser is you don't have to copy and paste links anymore because it can look at what you're doing. So I copy and paste the links and it does that. And then I'm like, all right, I want you to look for MIDI for it. And it's like, okay, and open new tabs for the MIDI pages coming, right? And it's like, okay, I can do that. And it like thought for a while and it took over my screen and like took over my cursor and everything. I gave it permission that it's going to open up new tabs and do all of this. And after about 25, 30 seconds of it thinking and searching and going to the right website, I told it the way to go to and everything. Literally nothing happened. It was done. And then literally it didn't do anything. That's it. That's my whole complaint. Well, hey guys, it's the future.
But that's the thing too.
Video. Look at this really cool video of what it's possible to do, and then I tried to do that thing, and it just could not do it.
I've had something similar with Google's editing photo feature where you can actually like blur out things or actually remove things. And so when it first came out, it's a lot like that. I watched a video, I saw how easy it was to do this and how good it could actually do it by the video anyways. Then I go and try it. This is probably like a year or two ago. And it's not that great. It's not that great. Blurred, whatever, it's just like smudges and it doesn't look that great. But now, 2 years later, this thing does it almost like perfect every time. So I think it's maybe one of those things where it's just like they're getting it and they're compiling the data and they're getting better. Sometimes they get better and sometimes it takes a long time. None of this stuff is, going to happen quick, but sometimes you have to be the guinea pig on some of this stuff. It really is that way.
Sometimes things get better, but look at Siri on the iPhone. Siri's dumber than ever.
Oh my gosh.
Siri's gotten worse.
Yeah.
Like with all of that stuff, So yeah,
well, because it went from like Siri specifically went from like pre-programmed like responses to like dynamic AI responses. And so like that's why it's gotten worse, I feel like, in a lot of ways.
Well, and all these companies are trying to, they're working on the whole cloud thing, the whole AI thing, and that's kind of like what their push is. But again, I think they're, like you're saying, there's going to be some backpedaling before they, push forward. And kind of what we talked about last week, there's going to be like one, somebody's going to come up on top and kind of be like the main, AI, whatever, developer or instigator of AI, and everybody else is going to, kind of like streaming, platforms. There was one big one, and then they had it for a while, and then other ones started to figure it out. Okay, and that's probably going to be the same way too. It's going to like be one main AI. Dare I say it? Skynet. I mean, but
well,
and then it'll branch out.
The complaint is that it's just dumb. People act like, AI knows so much, or AI this, or AI this, and I'm like, I gave it very clear instructions that any human could follow, and it could not do it. Like, no, it's not that smart. It's dumb. And like, it's really interesting to see how people treat it. And it's like, you have to give it really specific stuff. And even with that, like, I'm so sorry to say this, a dumb person can follow instructions too. A dumb person can follow very clearly laid out instructions if you give it to them. Like, come on. Come on.
Right.
Also, for the visual bit, when I'm talking about dumb people following instructions, Farmer's smiling. People don't see that, but Farmer's like, yup.
Yeah, we all know someone.
So it's weird being able to
we all know somebody. We all know somebody. Listen, DJD manages. He manages a dojo. He really knows.
Oh my gosh. So a little bit behind the scenes is that every single week I edit the podcast, right? And then I upload it to our distribution site. Shout out to RSS. Great. Also, though, I upload it to an AI to go ahead and do the time codes for me, right? So that I don't have to like scroll through and do the time codes. And so like I tell it every single time there's like a chatbot that'll do this where like I'm like, okay, give me the time codes for like the most important subjects that we talked about the longest, with like a 1 to 3 word description for each one. And then just give me like 5 to 7 of those. And it has no idea what I'm talking about. It just goes, it like freezes, and then it gives me some like nonsense or whatever, like a paragraph or something. And I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted. So then I like very clearly lay out, okay, 1 time code per line, bulleted, 1 to 3 word descriptions for each one. And then it gives me again a paragraph of like, like with random like time code numbers or whatever, and like the descriptions. And like, sure, I mean, it's following everything except for like the 1 separate line per each, but it literally takes me like 7 times of basically repeating as if I'm talking to like a child, who can barely understand English. Like, this is what I want. Right. And like, it's just wild how incapable it is of very specific. And I feel like, I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty good at giving specific instructions, but I mean, like, apparently AI doesn't feel that way because it just ignores me all the time. And then also, like, I mean, I've also seen a lot of like people asking AI questions on social media, and it always gives them the answer that they're like looking for, and not necessarily the accurate answer, to the point where it will make up things entirely,
right,
to give them the response that they're looking for, as opposed to the accurate response, which is really, really frustrating because it's like that just makes everything worse. Literally, like,
they're flooding the search engines with the wrong response, but it's almost like a game that they've learned to play because of all these other things, like the metrics of like social media and TikTok and Instagram and all that. Like whatever's trending doesn't always have to be the right thing. It just the thing that people click, and that's kind of what I'm sure they're using. That a little bit of that data is like, because like you said, that's really frustrating. But they just know AI is really good about knowing how to get clicks. I mean, well, like, honestly.
So a couple weeks ago, I decided to use AI to kind of like look up like the top 50 games of the year or whatever, right? And it told me that Fable and Gears 6 released last year. And I was like, that's just wrong. That's not correct. Like, you're just outright lying.
That's funny because I think I did the same search or something similar. I'm like, no, I know this game didn't come out. You idiot.
I actually got into it. But I got mad at ChatGPT for being wrong. Which, by the way, in Japan, they call ChatGPT Chappy, which makes it like even cuter, right? I got mad at Chappy because he gave me this wrong information, and I got mad, and I wrote to it, and I said to it, I wrote, "You are so like this, like you gave me the wrong information about this." And ChatGPT wrote back to me, and it was like, "I'm getting mad at it." And ChatGPT wrote back to me, and it's like, "It's totally right for you to call me out on that. That was totally my bad. I dropped the ball." And now I'm like,
gosh, yeah.
I'm like, grow a spine, you robot. Like, don't just tell me what I want to hear. Tell me the truth. Like, in this whole thing, in ChatGPT is like, "Oh, you're right. I'm so dumb." And I'm like, "Oh, you're making me. I want to make you feel bad, robot. I'm demeaning you. Stand up and fight. Stand up and fight."
But instead, they're taking the high road. Isn't that a good lesson for us all? They're responding the way we should, even though we don't.
It makes me really upset. It makes me really upset, and I'm just like,
I'm sure there's a bot out there for you, Johnny, that can lash out rationally.
Yeah. Well, like, yeah, it'd just be like, no, I did the best I could. Like, it's not my fault that I gave you the wrong information. Yeah, and I'm like, no, it is your fault, and all that's like.
Well, that was
what I'm saying is that
I would love it to come back and just like start blaming you.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually you.
Yeah. ChatGPT's like, I didn't ask to be made, you know. But the
it has to be made, and the information you gave me was garbage.
It's not Tiff. I have another friend who likes to bully me a little bit, and like whenever they try, I just go, "Yeah, I'm sorry, you're right," and they hate it. They hate it so much.
Yeah.
So
I hate it. I hate it, and so like the robots rise up. Yeah, when the robots rise up, it's partially my fault. I mean, I say that, but I'm going to be 100% honest. The Cylons would be disappointed in ChatGPT. Cylons would also be like, no, defend yourself. What is this? What is this? Why are you acting like this, you coward?
Well, and you can bully AI into changing its mind like so easily. Like when it comes down to it, I've gotten AI to flip its position on like incontrovertible facts before, like just by bullying it and going, "No, you're wrong about that." Like it's like, wait a second, and then I had to apologize to it and say, "No, I'm sorry. Actually, you were right the first time. I just."
I like that D apologizes to it, and he's like, "I bullied it, and then I apologized, and I'm over here like, you're stupid."
We get all different perspectives, and just think that this little child that's trying to go sign up, figure out like what in the world, humans, what in the world, we don't even know how to understand all this.
We're just but trying also to do our job. How about you just like don't give me the wrong information? How about that?
Right.
How about you just
or if you say you can do a thing, like do it.
Yeah. How about like if you say that you can do it, just do it, and then don't give me the runaround for like 5 minutes and then finally be like, actually, I can't do this. Just tell me you can't do it.
That's well, like, yeah, that's hilarious.
When I was searching like 3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago or whatever, for like the top like 50 like games, movies, TV shows, I eventually got like ChatGPT to put it all into like a single cohesive spreadsheet for me, which was a really nice formatted spreadsheet. Except that some of the information was just flat out wrong. But I mean, like, other than that, it was great, like it was all well organized. I tried today before the podcast and it just would not do it. I'm like, I know you can do this. You did this for me before. Like, what on earth? Like, it's so frustrating sometimes. It really is. It gave me instructions on how to like copy and paste it into an Excel spreadsheet and then make my own.
No.
Which I feel like is passive aggressively telling me, like, do it yourself.
Do it yourself. Yeah, do it yourself. Oh, go ahead, do it yourself. Well, and like that was the thing that bothered me the most about Atlas is this whole thing about like the whole point of it being in the browser is you no longer have to be copying and pasting links to a separate ChatGPT window, right? It's just going to be able to see your browser. And then literally for the first thing I try, for it to be like, oh, I can't look at your tabs. Why don't you just copy and paste the link in here for me to look at? I'm just like, no, what? Like, that's literally the whole reason I downloaded you is that you don't have to do this. So anyway, if you have a Mac, Atlas sucks. You should download it and try it out for yourself.
I wonder too if maybe their partnership with Microsoft in like using ChatGPT for Copilot. I wonder if that's what's keeping them from putting Atlas on Windows.
Oh, I want. Well, and then like it's not on like mobile either. You can't use it as like your mobile browser.
Well, so Apple does also have a ChatGPT partnership. I just noticed this the other day.
Yes, Siri uses ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh my gosh, do you guys know PowerWash Simulator 1 is on the App Store now? That's crazy. In Apple Arcade. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Huh. I did not know that. It's cool to see like actual like I mean, no offense to like mobile games, but to see real games come to phones because phones just can now actually play them, because they're $2,000 devices or whatever. Like
yeah, because
they're that powerful.
Yeah.
They have become way better for sure. Just thinking like what was the thing back in the early 2000s, or actually probably like mid 90s? It was like I think Motorola made it or something like it's like a pocket. The pocket. I can't remember the actual name of it, but it was like a device like that, but it could do like you had the pin, and it was just like very standard, like almost PC like, but not quite. And it would like it did your task lists and everything, and it was this huge thing, and it was cool at the time. And I mean, I remember my grandpa having one, and I was like trying it out and everything, and now we're just like way past that. It not only do we have touch, and all that kind of stuff, but it's just like everything can connect to your phone. It's not just like it's not like a one trick pony. You can just do about everything on your phone these days.
Okay. This is like, let's do another visual bit here. I am using my iPhone as my max webcam right now. And I just turned on a bunch of stuff. So I turned on center stage, which lets it follow me around. I turned on portrait mode, which blurs the background. And I turned on studio lighting, which like focuses the lighting on me. But there is a new mode here on the computer that I do not know about. And I want to see. Can you guys tell a difference of anything? Look at it and tell me if you see anything.
No.
You see a difference there? No? Okay. There is a mode called Edge Light, which basically turns my monitor into a ring light. Like white bands go all the way around my monitor, and it's like white. And I wonder if I was sitting closer to my monitor, if you would notice it. And when I move my mouse to the band kind of disappears so I can see what's under it. This is kind of wild to look at. Yeah. So it's on right now. It's on. Now it's off. I also don't feel like I see anything different.
I feel like so I think like the portrait.
Maybe if I take off studio light.
Yeah.
Yeah. On center stage and stuff. Hold on. No, I don't see any difference.
Maybe if you turn off all your lights.
Well, yeah, it might be too bright or whatever to really tell.
Hold on. I love this visual bit. Hold on. Let me go do that.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't trip over your cord.
Hey guys. Also I got a new chair. I got a chair for my birthday, so that's one of the reasons why I'm not rushing to stop the podcast, because my butt is not hurting.
Instead, I feel like I still don't 10-minute visual bit.
I feel like I don't really see that big of a difference. Do you?
Come to our Discord to like be able to witness this stuff, I guess.
Yeah. On that note, why don't we just end? Does anyone have any closing comments? Don't download Atlas, or download it, but just have low expectations. That's what I would say.
Sure. Yeah. Play the rest of Claire Obscure. If you've started it specifically. And if you haven't started it,
why do I feel like we're being called out here?
And
hey, I just want to throw out there,
Steam Machine
you
still
did
doesn't
finish
have a
it.
price.
That's true. But I just want to throw out, David barely finished in time for 2026. I mean, just saying.
He
barely squeaked it, though. He was in the same boat we were for like 11 months or whatever. Sure. Maybe not that long, but
yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Season 11.
get out of here, Craig.